It felt like everything that I learned and everything that people have taught me that reality was, it turned out that these people had absolutely no idea what they were talking about. And it's like I've only realized it now. I'm sure I'm not the only one. And that's on my shirt's backwards. It's supposed to be a metaphor. I thought it was poetic. I still think it is. Well, what people have said, like they really didn't know. They couldn't predict the future. And they didn't know how things would go. And I don't think anyone knew what to expect from the way that the world is right now. Just like I didn't know I'd get sick right after I made my last video, but here I am. I'm like 7 days into a caffeine addiction because I was trying so hard to get through it. I was like down. And I felt like I needed something to distract me from the misery of that. And I think that's how a lot of us are right now. Like we feel like we need a distraction. Now I see it with everyone. Like I see my family, like just running away. Like that's all we know how to do. It's so normalized everywhere, and I thought I was better. I thought I knew better. I try to act like I do. I try to act like I'm smart. I try to be, but you know, the best part of having a spiritual journey is saying like you're no better than anyone. Just like other people aren't any better than me. And it shows that I could so easily fall into the same traps. The same exact traps everyone else falls into. It just feels like it's inevitable because we're human. And it's like that's our automatic thing. Like we don't immediately like go to God or seek help from people. We numb it out. Sometimes that's just how it has to be. And you have to regress sometimes because we're not capable of being perfect no matter how hard we try to be, no matter how hard I try to be. I can't. It's like I can't magically cure myself when I get sick because I'm not God. And the reason you get sick is so, like what I believe is you get sick so you realize how important it is to have health and how important it is to have a body that functions. Because that's something we take for granted. So we have to be reminded every time we get sick that health is a privilege and not a right. I think it's funny because right the instant I got sick, I realized I basically saw like a miracle happen. And I see it like as a reward because I've been doing this and going out of my comfort zone and trying so hard to be grateful, even for just like a short amount of time, because it's hard to be grateful when you're sick. Like I was bound to regress, but I was rewarded like all these things that I was asking for. Because I felt like for the first time in my life I like surrendered, and I got a computer, and somehow we were able to afford it. And it's like it just came out of nowhere. That's what it feels like. And it was just such a blessing. Like I didn't even know how to handle being blessed with something like that and then immediately getting sick afterwards. So of course I'm going to take advantage of it. Like at first I was just so grateful, like thank you God for giving me like this miracle and for like granting me all these like opportunities I've never had, like this new editing thing, Sony Vegas, that I haven't been able to use in a year because my computer broke literally a year ago. And it felt like this year is completely different from the last. And that's the point, is even though I saw like a miracle happen, just because you get what you want, it doesn't fill the void in your heart. Like all of us have, and all of us try so hard to chase. To like fill it with like relationships and friends and all this stuff. And all these materialistic things like money, like that's gonna make you feel better. Like it just reminds me, like I get these things and I have gratitude for them. but I don't put them on a pedestal. So when I get it, I don't feel like I don't feel any different. Like, you know, your life does not change because you have a lot of you just get a bunch of money out of nowhere. Like, it doesn't change who you are. Like, some people think it does. It was a nice reminder for me because I got to I got the opportunity to play a bunch of games. I used to be like a video game addict. I still am. Because I've been binging over the past like week now. This is my idea. This is fucking genius. I wish this was on the front, honestly. I'm kind of mad about it. But the ending of one of the games, Conquer, and I should not have been playing when I was a kid, but I did. The end of it reminds me, like, the truth. Like, you can have everything you want. You can be a king. You can have all the money in the world, but like you really don't know what you have until it's gone. Like your family, your friends, like all these things that really matter to you. Because if you're surrounded by these things that don't fit with you, like they're not things that you can really be grateful for. But the reality of it is, you're basically just walking around. It's the whole reason I want to do this. You're walking around like this, just living life, steering the wheel, and it's completely on complete autopilot. You think you can see, you think you know what you want to do, but the truth is none of us know what we're doing here. You know, we're all capable of being lost the same way. That's something to have peace with, but it's something to also be aware of. So, there's just my quick message. I don't know where I was going with this, but testing out new editing. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'll figure it out. So, for now, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
So, there I am. King of all the land. And who'd have thought that? Not me. I guess you know who these guys are now? 'Cause I certainly do. I don't want to know them. And yep, I may be king. I have all the money in the world. And all the land. And all that stuff. But you know, I don't really think I want it. I just want to go home. With Barry. And, I don't know, have a bottle of beer. It's not gonna happen. It's true what they say. The grass is always greener. And you don't really know what it is you have until it's gone. Gone. Gone.